Welcome to the ASP.NET WebForms step-by-step series designed specifically for absolute beginners who want to learn WebForms the right way from the ground up. In this series, you will master key topics like the WebForms page lifecycle, working with the server control, understanding code behind structure, managing state, and accessing data using SQL. Whether you are a complete beginner, a student preparing for interviews, or a developer transitioning from other technologies, this series is perfect for you. Each video is hands-on with live code, practical examples, and project-based learning to help you apply what you learn instantly. Don't forget to subscribe to ASP NET and SQL Academy and turn on notifications so you never miss a video in this beginner-friendly WebForms series. Welcome to our tutorial on using the drop-down list control in ASP.NET WebForms. To start, open your default.aspx file. From the toolbox, drag a drop-down list control onto the form and name it DropDownList1. Next, add a button control which we will name button1 and label control which will be named label1. These controls will allow us to display a selected color based on user interaction. Now, let us populate our drop-down list with color options. Right-click on drop-down list 1 and select Edit Items. In the dialog that appears, you can add items to the list. Let us add red, blue, and green as our option. This allows users to choose a color from the drop-down list menu. Next, we need to implement the functionality to display the selected color. Double-click on button 1 to generate the button 1 click event handler in the code behind file. Inside this method, add the following line of code: label1.text is equal to you selected drop-down list 1 selected item.text. This code retrieves the text of the selected item from the drop-down list and displays it in label 1. Let us take a closer look at the generated code. The button 1 click method is triggered when the button is clicked. The drop-down list 1 selected item.text retrieves the text of the currently selected item in the drop-down list. This way, we can provide immediate feedback to the user about their selection. Now, it is time to test our application. Press F5 to run the project. Once it loads in your browser, select a color from drop-down list 1 and click the Submit button. You should see a message displayed in label 1 indicating the color you selected. This confirms that our drop-down list and button functionality is working correctly. If you encounter issues such as the drop-down list not being populated or the label not updating, there are a few troubleshooting steps to consider. First, ensure that the button 1 click event is correctly linked to button 1. Also, verify that you have added items to the drop down list. Using breakpoints can help you determine if the code is executing as expected. To enhance the user experience, consider adding additional features. For example, you could dynamically add more controls to the drop down list based on user preferences. Additionally, implementing an alert for invalid selections can guide users and improve overall interaction with your application. In summary, we have walked through the steps to use the drop down list control in our WebForms application. We added a drop down list button and label, populated the drop down list with the color options, implemented the button click event to display the selected color, and successfully tested the application. This process illustrates how easily user selections can be managed in ASP.NET Web Forms. Thank you for joining this tutorial. As you continue your learning journey, consider exploring other controls available in ASP.NET such as list boxes, radio buttons. You can also learn about data binding techniques to bind data sources to your controls. Implementing additional features like styling can further enhance your applications. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tutorials. In addition to using the design view, you can dynamically populate the drop-down list from the code behind. In the page load event, check for not is post back to avoid duplicates on refresh. Then use drop-down list 1 items.add to add items like yellow, orange, and purple. This gives you greater flexibility, especially when loading data from a database. A common mistake is repopulating the drop down list on every post by. This results in duplicates entry. To prevent this, always check if not is post back in your page load. This ensures the items are added only the first time the page loads. You can guide users by inserting a default item like select a color, use items.insert of 0, new list of to place it at the top. This is helpful for validation and ensuring users make an intentional choice. To improve reliability, validate user selection before displaying the result. If the selected value is empty, prompt the user to make a valid selection. This simple check prevents empty or unintended submissions. For real world applications, you will often populate drop down list items from a database. This can be done using ADO.NET or the SQL data source control. This technique is especially useful when you want the list to reflect current data like categories or user roles. Here is a basic example of how to populate a drop-down list using ADO.NET. We connect to the database, run a select query, and bind the result to drop-down list using data source and data bind. Always remember to close the connection afterward. You can style your drop down list using CSS for a better visual experience. Add a CSS class and define styles like width, color, and padding in your CSS file. A well designed interface encourages better user engagement. One immediate response when a user select an item. Set the drop-down list auto post back property to true. This triggers a post back automatically on selection change, allowing dynamic behavior without needing a separate button. When using auto post back, you can handle the selected index changed event to take immediate action when an item is selected. In this method, update the label to show the selection as soon as it's made without clicking another button. Let us quickly recap best practices. Use not is postback to avoid duplication. Validate input to ensure users make valid choices. Add visual styling to enhance usability. For dynamic interfaces, enable auto postback and handle selection changes appropriately. To wrap up, drop down lists are perfect for collecting predefined input like selecting a category or a user role. They are commonly used for filtering data or populating related controls. As a next step, explore how to bind drop down list with grid views or create a cascading drop down list for even more dynamic behavior.